Oh wait, I'm coming.
Blow
I'm
them
coming.
up. They're
I'm
dead.
coming.
They're dead. Dragonair's dead.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh my god!
I was breathless, my heart restless. Every time
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kill him! Kill him! Oh my god! No!
to my own song, but you came, you made me see the weight I put on me was too much, too tough to heal. I needed time.
Oh.
I needed
87! I'm going for it. Oh my god, I had to hit it! Dude, the fact that I landed that first try. Come on. Yeah!
No!
It turned into energy ball! Yes! Let's go!
I'm Kaito Momota,
Hello!
luminary of the stars.
Hello!
Even crying children adore the ultimate astronaut.
For like 40 minutes? Hey, that should be perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Should be all good to go. How's your guys' day been? Hi, Ace. Hey, we got Nick in here. I see Brian. Alright, give me a second, guys.
Hey,
I try to time everything perfectly. Because my family went out to go get food again. And literally as I hit live, they walk in the door with the food. I can't do it. I can't do it every single time. Every single time I'm about to go live, that's when they bring the food, so I can't even eat it. But don't worry, it shouldn't have to be that long. Another Danganronpa stream? Yay! Hey, what up, cat lover? Good to see you. We're gonna be talking about Kaito Momota today, the luminary of the stars. So obviously, I don't know how long the stream might be. It actually might be a little bit shorter. It might not be that long because I feel like everything that I'm gonna talk about, we're actually gonna be able to like kind of breeze through pretty quickly. We still might do the reaction if you guys want that. And you guys want that at the very end, we could do that. But otherwise, we're just gonna get right into it. Okay? So again, obviously, hopefully you guys are all having a good day. But let's start talking about one of the best characters in Kaito Momota. So first things first, I want to talk about with Kaito is like kind of the big reason why he's such a popular character. The reason I really feel like a lot of people like his character is for a lot of the same reasons a lot of people like Naruto, which might seem a little bit weird, but stay with me, because as I was doing a lot of research for Kaito, you end up seeing that he's a very selfless person, kind of like Ryuma a bit actually. Actually, really no, Ryuma and Kaito have a lot of similarities. They have a lot of similarities. We'll go over some of those, but he's a very selfless person, right? We see that with Kaede, like wanting to protect her when she was being executed. We see that with Maki trying to stand up for her and pleading for her, pleading for Gonta and saying that he was guilty. And all these different things. You also see him always trying to help out people. Like he was the person who went to go help out Shuichi and everything. He's always been a very selfless person, always willing to try to help out someone that he really does care about. And you see that a lot throughout the entire story, and you just get to see a lot of those really fun qualities about his character. And I think that's a big reason why people love him. Like, obviously, him being selfless, but also just, like, again, believing in people and believing in himself. Because that's a whole, like, that's the whole thing with his backstory. Is that he really should not have been the ultimate astronaut. But, the reason he ends up, like, kind of going through, obviously, he, you know, had someone help him out. He had an acquaintance help him out, lie and get him to take the test. But like he just also had a lot of belief in himself, because after they found out, they still kept him. What's Kaito? Kaito's a character from Danganronpa. So obviously, for all my non-Danganronpa fans, don't worry. You guys might not know much about him, but if you want to say you want to, like, you know, listen about the character and whatnot, he's a really cool character. Kaito's my favorite. I know Kaito is a lot of people's favorites. From what? It's from Danganronpa. I hate Kaito. Brian, I feel like you're lying. I don't think I've actually met someone that hates Kaito. Low-key. I don't think I've ever met someone that actually hates Kaito. He's just such a lovable character. So we'll talk about some of these things, and then obviously we're gonna be talking about like his back and forth against Kokichi, right? His back and forth with Kokichi is obviously like the main thing I really want to talk about. I was even thinking about doing something with like the thumbnail focus on that, but I think that can actually be like its own video, so I probably won't do that. But again, we're gonna talk about Kaito. Hey, do you want to know something crazy from Showdown now in OU? Yeah, go ahead, let me know. You let me know. I'll make sure I'll try to read it. Okay, so talking about his backstory, this is what I was kind of talking about with like the relation with Ryuma. Is he was once a tennis club member. I actually did not remember this. He actually used to play a little bit of tennis, so that's actually kind of something that him and Ryuma actually have a little bit in common. And obviously, he was the first teen to ever pass the astronaut exams. However, obviously, he cheated to actually achieve this. He actually was not allowed to. He had like false documents and everything. But because of his amusing and interesting character, which we're going to talk about as well, he was able to actually stay. And the reason I really want to focus on like those characteristics is because, again, I think those are qualities about him that keeps drawing people to him. Not just like the fans, but also the characters themselves. Like a lot of people just kind of get drawn to Kaito. And I think that's actually a big reason why he's a very central character in the story. Is because you see him constantly helping out so many people, kind of being like, not necessarily like the leader, but like he kind of has that role of like this leadership character, but not like the characters that you usually see, like Lita from My Hero. You know, he's not that type of character. You know, but in chapter 1, we had to get the focus on him. Hold up. It was my Talonflame, Malamar, Scizor, Clefable, Cloyster, and Regice against this dude, Ceruledge, Cloyster, Garganical, Iron Moth, Primarina, and Superior. And Talonflame died to Iron Moth. Okay. Is that a pretty cool team? Low-key. I like that team. Okay. But chapter 1. Chapter 1, this is where we kind of get to meet him. And Kaede, I don't know if she doesn't like Kaito, but there's like 2 moments that you can kind of maybe like argue she wasn't really fond of him. Obviously, she doesn't like that Kaito kind of lied to becoming an astronaut. She doesn't really like that. She kind of feels like it wasn't really earned. And then also, there's a moment where after Kaito defended, or I don't know if it, no, he was impressed by her speech, and then he even tried giving her a hug, and then like she like rejected him and whatnot. It was kind of funny, like looking back on that, like him getting rejected by Kaede. I don't know, because we don't really get to see anything more after this, because obviously Kaede died. So I don't know, maybe Kaede really wasn't fond of Kaito. Maybe that's the thing that like you guys can talk about, is Kaede wasn't really wasn't into Kaito. And my Terra Water Scizor killed all but the Garganical, but my Clefable finished the job. Hey, that's really cool. Hey, Water Terra type is really good. Maki is my Pookie. I don't know what to think about that.
Got it.
Yeah, see, Cat Lover, me and you, I think we basically had the same reaction there. It's a little bit weird. But obviously, Kaito was willing to defend the Kaito actually defended Kaede multiple times. He defended her when like the group was blaming her after they failed to get out, and he also tried to defend her against Monokuma and stuff. And like he even tried to stop Monokuma later on, but obviously that ends up not happening. Kaede stops them, and then at the very end is where you get Kaito punching Shuichi, and this is kind of like the start of the little bromance, as some people might say. After he punches Kokichi because he was mad at him and kind of annoyed that he wasn't trying to do anything to help Kaede and whatnot. But again, he was also the very first person to see him the very next day and bring him to breakfast, right? You know, have him working out, try to, like, you know, get him up, keep the wish that Kaede had for Shuichi. So again, you start to see that bond start to grow, and like how much he goes and he looks out for those people, right? He never leaves someone behind. He always tries to help out as much as he can. And this is kind of the start of us seeing not only that bond, but also just the person that Kaito really is. Then we get into chapter 2. And after helping out with Shuichi, he amassed a fortune in the casino before losing it all. I thought I wanted to write that one down because I thought it was just hilarious of him like getting all this money and then Monokuma coming in and was like, oh yeah, do it again, like, you know, like double or nothing. And then he loses all of it. And in the same day that he got it, he loses all of it. And then we also get Kaito's moto video because Shuichi had it. And we get to learn that his grandparents were the most important people to him. So it was actually true. I don't know if we learn a lot about his grandparents or anyone else that he's affiliated with, but yeah, he really doesn't he really doesn't really talk about them that much. I was actually trying to look in, maybe he does and I'm just not remembering, but he doesn't talk about his grandparents that much. Like Yasuhiro, well, Yasuhiro just went into debt. Yasuhiro X Kaito confirmed. Maybe there's some similarities there. They're both kind of naive a little bit. But yeah, this is where they start training. Kaito hid in the girl's bathroom from Gonta because remember Gonta was trying to grab everyone and bring them to the little bug excavation thing. But obviously he was able to get away because he hid in the girl's restroom, and because Gonta's a gentleman, he didn't think to go there. So honestly, that was actually kind of smart on Kaito to play on what he knows about Gonta so far, and then to hide in the one spot that Gonta would never go to, because again, he's a gentleman. And then obviously Kaito was working with Shuichi. This is actually something I do like. I wanted to bring this up because Shuichi works with different people in almost every different chapter as like a partner in the investigation. Like in chapter 1, he obviously works with Kaede, right? Then in chapter 2, he works with Kaito. In chapter 3, he works with Maki because Kaito is afraid of like ghosts and stuff. Like he's not really a big fan of that. And then in chapter 4, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah, that's the one where he's working with Kokichi. And then in chapter 5, I don't know, I forget who he works with there. But in almost every single chapter, he's working with someone else. He's not working with the same people. So I think kind of find that interesting. And I really like that there's like a different partner. So you get to kind of get this nice bond going with each different character. I do like that. Okay. And then yeah, this is also where we learn about Maki and her being the ultimate assassin. And Kaito was the one was defending her because remember in this trial she and Kaito were both being accused of the murder because they couldn't figure out where they were. They didn't have an alibi like everyone else did. So they were like, okay, well, where were you two and like what were you guys doing, because it can only be you two. And Kokichi was the one that was really pushing it because again, he's against killing. And Kaito was like, nope, it's not Maki. Look, it's not me and it's not her. So you gotta find someone else. So like he doesn't really have the best argument against it, because you end up learning that Kaito's really not a guy who focuses on facts, right? Which is why in some cases a lot of people can see that he's kind of dumb in that case, kind of again naive, because he doesn't ever look for the hard facts and like, you know, just stick with that. And that's something that Kokichi really focuses on, and that's kind of their back and forth, where Kaito goes on like his gut feeling, his belief in people and all that. Hey, so you consider Kaito an ignorant man? I would, yeah. But again, I think that's something that's very endearing to his character. Like, I think that's something that people like. Because, yes, he's not like the smartest person, but I also feel like a lot of people that are playing the game aren't like this like crazy genius or anything. You know what I mean? Like, you know, not everyone's really smart. So I also can see people identifying with Kaito, and that's why they connect more with him, right? Where like Kokichi, he's hard stuck on facts and he's hard, like with logic and all that. That's something that can kind of push people away. Well, Kaito is all about believing in people and kind of going with your gut. And I feel like a lot of people would fall in that category, if that makes sense. Not saying that anyone's stupid, but saying that not everyone would be like this crazy genius that they can figure out all this different stuff, you know? So I would definitely say he's an ignorant person. But again, that's something that makes people really like him. Because even Maki said the same thing. Maki thought like, dude, you're absolutely stupid, you're annoying, leave me alone. But then because of who Kaito is, eventually she ends up like warming up to him. Like she ends up like falling in love with him. Like she even says that, like, I ended up falling in love with you, you know, after all this time, and now you're gonna die. Which is such a tragic loss. We'll talk about that a little bit. But that's something that just makes him such a really cool character. And the reason I focus on that so much is because they kind of use Kaito as a little bit of a punching bag, you think about it. Because usually it's always like hope and despair, right? And Kaito is always about believing in people, having hope and all that stuff, right? He's very much that type of person. And because he continues to get things wrong, that's where the despair kind of comes in, if you want to relate it to the older games, not like the Truth and Lies, right? Which I think is brilliant writing, because we love Kaito, like most people love Kaito, and they love like what he's about, they love the bond that he has with Shuichi and Maki, but if you go back, he's wrong a lot of the time, right? Like a lot of the time, like his judgments are wrong, right? Like he believes in Kaede was the murderer. He believed in Gonta was the murderer. He doesn't think Kokichi's right, like he thought he was the murderer. Obviously that ended up being wrong. Like he thought Maki was like a super nice person. She's obviously an assassin, she's killed people. So like technically, if you look at it from the logic side, he's 100% wrong. But then again, on the flip side, if you look on it from his point of view and you have to dig a little bit deeper, they're not always like bad people.
Hey, so
Talking about his shoes? What? Kaito is the type of person who sacrifices his life for an enemy. Yes. I think he would low-key sacrifice his life for just about anyone in the group. Low-key. Because again, he was willing to sacrifice his life for Kaede. Like, Kaede murdered someone. Like, she even came out and said it. And even with that knowledge, him, Gonta, and Tenko, they all jumped in front of the Exosouls and they were going to fight and try to protect them. Nick, we're talking about Danganronpa. So again, if you don't know about it, don't worry. We might potentially play the game at some point. That way, for anyone that doesn't know about it, you guys want to experience it, you guys can obviously watch that if you ever do that. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. I do think that he's a person that will defend like a killer.
I believe in you.
Because we literally seen him do that. Like, we've seen him do that twice. Because it wasn't even just with Kaede. He also defends Kokichi. Because, remember, Maki in Chapter 5 was going to go kill Kokichi. My brain is loading on what we're talking about. Don't worry, you're all good. You're all good. But, yeah, no, like, he's definitely defending some people that were actual murderers. But, like, again, he does it for a good reason. I still don't know why Kaito and Kokichi's a ship. I mean, dude, there's a lot of weird ships out there, man. There's a lot. I mean, that's just how people are. People are just gonna ship people. I usually don't really focus on it, right? Like, if it's not, like, actually canon, I truly don't focus on it. I do think shipping is kind of cool, but, like, I think people definitely take it to the extreme sometimes, and that's kind of what ruins it, personally. It's kind of like the same thing with power scaling. I like power scaling. I think it's really, really interesting and stuff, but people take it so far that it kind of ruins the whole point. Like, it's supposed to be, like, a fun topic, you know what I mean? And I feel like people just don't do that. People used to ship me in Amstel. I mean, you literally told us you were married to it, but whatever. Alright, chapter 3. We got, after Kokichi reveals Maki's identity, Kaito then tries to get her out of her room, which obviously he ends up doing. And then this is where Kaito, Maki, and Shuichi all work together, or not work together, but they all start working out together on the regular. And obviously, you got Kaito doesn't really train at all. He just kind of forces 2 friends to do it, which I think is hilarious. Then Shuichi's like struggling, like he's like breathing hard, and then you got Maki over there. He's like the actual sergeant who just does it all the time. Like the Pokemon? Oh yeah. I was trying to see what Cat Lover was talking about. Yep, like the Pokemon.
Are you serious?
Exactly. It was really weird. It was a phase, and we're past that now. Hopefully, thankfully. I hope we're past that phase, because it was definitely a weird phase, Brian. I just gotta be honest with you. Okay, what else we got in chapter 3? In chapter 3, he actually doesn't do that much, because he was really scared of
That's enough.
of like the whole occult and ghost. Oh, actually,
Listen up.
this is actually where Kaito hugs Maki, because he got afraid, and then Maki punches him. I better go. My brain's going to explode. It's all fine. It's all fine. Again, I know not everyone's into Danganronpa, so if you truly don't know what we're talking about, like, it's fine. You just haven't played the game. It's all good.
Come on, man.
Don't worry about it. But hey, we're gonna be doing we're actually speaking on that. Tomorrow we will be doing a stream on Bleach. Because we're playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I got it working. I'm gonna play that tomorrow, and then on Sunday we'll be playing Pokemon Unite. Kaito and Maki would be a toxic relationship.
Find your favorite movies and TV.
Kaito loves her, but Maki loves and hates him. It's just she's a tsundere. That's all it would be. It wouldn't be necessarily a toxic relationship, because she does actually care for him, you know. And like, you literally see it multiple times. Like if like one of the other contestants or whatever like tries to hurt someone that she cares about or hurt her, she literally threatens to kill them. So I don't think it would be toxic. It's just that she would very much get annoyed of a lot of his antics, and she would get like very like shy and whatnot. If it's good, I'll buy it. And hey, so support your creators out there. I'm just saying. Okay. And then in the end of chapter 3, that's obviously when we end up learning about his illness. He's coughing up blood. The group doesn't know about that yet, but this is where we learn about that. I'm pretty sure in chapter 4, that's when it's revealed to everyone. Because then in chapter 5, obviously that's, you know, that's our guy's last moments, sadly.
Listen up.
But then we get to chapter 4, and I think this is like the main point that I really want to focus on is Kaito versus Kokichi, and basically who was right, who was wrong. And in some cases, you can look at it like they're both right and they're both wrong, but it could depend on how you look at it. Obviously, if you're looking at it on going by logic and all that stuff, Kokichi's 100% right. Like in order to get through the killing game, in order to find who's an actual killer, you can't just go on a hunch. You have to find hard facts. Kokichi does that every single chapter, and a lot of times, again, he's right, but that ends up making people really angry because of maybe how it's revealed and whatnot. Kaito's whole thing is trying to have belief in people and whatnot, and filling that hope into everyone, which we have seen before. In some cases, it really wasn't a lot of people's fault. Like, Gonta wasn't the one that was technically why Miyu died, because Kokichi kind of got him to go help him kill Miyu indirectly. So in some ways you can kind of argue for it. I'm gonna just say Kokichi pretty much is the one in the right for most of it. Kaito's way of doing it is very ignorant and naive, but obviously having belief in people and whatnot, a lot of the people that end up murdering each other are the ones that aren't actually bad per se. They're trying to do it for the right thing, right? Gonzo was trying to save Kokichi and everyone else. Kaede was trying to do the exact same thing. Kurumi was trying to save her people. Like, a lot of those people weren't bad. The only bad one was Korekiya, which, I mean, he was doing it for himself. That was the one guy that did it for, like, a very selfish reason.
Kaito.
But besides him, everyone else had, like, a legit reason. I just spent, like, 5 minutes typing a song in chat, and I couldn't set it. What are you doing, Brian? What are you doing? I don't know what's wrong with you. And then obviously we get to the final chapter with Kaito. Obviously they continue to get closer with Kaito, Shuichi, and Maki. Kaito punches Kokichi in this chapter for wanting to win the killing game and whatnot. Maki, you know, kind of reveals a lot about herself and whatnot. But then obviously we get to the end. He's working with Kokichi. Kaito and Kokichi are working together, and this was after both of them get impaled by the poison arrow from Maki. Maki was trying to kill Kokichi. He got in the way. Then she ran away, thinking that she killed Kaito. And obviously, Kaito gets the antidote, and then they work together to try to make the perfect murder that no one could end up figuring out. Obviously, that didn't end up working because Shuichi's literally a Chad, and Kaito ends up dying. But he does get the one up on Monokuma, because his death, or his quote-unquote execution, is the only one that didn't actually finish the way that it was supposed to. When Ace was 16, he saw Ace and got a nosebleed for real. What? Kaito and Maki should have kissed at the end, but still good ending either way. I don't think that could have been a cute ending, but I don't know. Maybe some people would have thought it was cheesy. I honestly thought that would have been nice. But also, maybe Maki was a little bit too shy, because again, Kaito hugged her in one of the previous chapters, and she didn't like that. So, I don't know. Hey, what's up, Himiko? We're talking about Kaito Momota. What's up? It's good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. But yeah, no, I definitely think that could have been a nice moment with those two, right before they left. But honestly, I'm still fine with it. I'm still fine with it. Good ending either way. Because again, Kaito is that naive character, but he just instills hope into everyone and just makes everyone feel better. He always helps out people. That's him in a nutshell, right? And him being used as pretty much like a punching bag for the despair to kind of, you know, settle in. We all love not Kokichi. We all love Kaito, and Kaito is always, again, going through, trying to help people, believing in people, but that keeps end up being wrong in the end. People keep dying, all that stuff. He's kind of used as that punching bag, and you see him go through so much, but again, he's always wearing that smile on his face. I think that's just one big reason why a lot of people end up loving him. I'm another Danganronpa fan. Well, at school, they hated Maki. Really? Did they have a reason? Himiko, I gotta know. Did they have a reason for hating Maki? Cause maybe there's a good reason for it. And also, yeah, everyone right now, honestly, like, your honest thoughts. What did you guys think of Kaito? I want to know. I think Kaito's a cool character. I think he's a cool character. Well, at least the Danganronpa fan after school don't like Haiji. I don't think anyone does. Listen up. Like, if you know who Haiji is, I don't think anyone does. I didn't even know who he was. They just found her annoying, I guess, but where they could understand her. They found her annoying? Really? I guess maybe because, like, she's never wanting to, like, talk to people and whatnot. But again, I feel like I can kind of identify with that. Like, I'm also a person that I don't really like talking to people, socializing. I'm very much an introvert. Ultra Dispergos is such a wild game. It is a pretty crazy game. There's a lot of crazy things in that game. My friend likes them. Listen up. Brian, you might want to watch out. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You might want to watch out. That's a little scary. A little scary. But also, you guys let me know, like, what your guys' thoughts are. If there's something you guys really want me to discuss, we can talk about that. And then if you guys also want to react to the Love Suite event, we can do that. But that's basically it. I kind of ran through a lot of this real quick. So now it's just kind of me talking to you guys. But again, we'll see. We'll see. There might still be some other things we can talk about. I want to see. What you guys got in chat? Oh, we got Ducky. Hey, what's up, Ducky? We're just doing a little Danganronpa stream right now. Kaito, Kaide, Maki, Tenko, Shuichi, Angie, Kiba, Ryoma, Maid Girl, I hate. Okay, that's a lot of people. I also don't know what this is. Don't worry. This is all a Danganronpa stream. This is for all my Danganronpa fans. So, if you're only here for like Pokemon and stuff, I will be playing Pokemon Unite on Sunday. Tomorrow, we're going to do a Bleach game. Where I'm playing it for the very first time. I just don't like V3. I think V3 is the best, personally. I love V3. I think V3 just has it. All the characters just have so much depth to them, and then like what it's focused on in like the story is so much more intriguing to me. The only thing I really don't like about V3 is Tsumugi, which I agree with Himiko, and the ending. I think the ending wasn't as good as they could have done. I think they could have done better, personally. But honestly, that was about it. Miyu, Gonta, Himiko, Tsumugi are the only characters I like. Tsumugi? What about Tsumugi do you like? I am very much interested to know about that. I'm very puzzled.
Are you serious?
But Gonta and Himiko, I like those. I like those characters. She created Yasu and Mikan? Okay. Would it be funny if Kotoko and Gonta interacted? I'm actually blanking on who Kotoko is. You guys are gonna have to remind me. But I feel like if Gonta like interacted with almost anyone, like that honestly be pretty funny regardless. Why? Trauma Kid girl? The girl either pink hair with trauma? Oh, is it the one, the little girl from Ultra Despair Girls? Is that who you guys are talking about?
Got it.
I don't know if I would find that funny. I don't know. It honestly might be weird.
All right.
That might be a weird interaction. I don't know if it'd be funny though, but we would have to see. Honestly, I don't know what to think about that.
Of course.
But yeah, I feel like we've kind of talked about Kaito enough. I can't really think of anything. Again, we could do the Love Suite event if you guys really want me to do that. But other than that, I feel like we've done just about everything. Like Kaito is also a pretty straightforward character. Like he usually wears like his personality like on his sleeve. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Going to eat her thinking she's a fruit roll up. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to insinuate, but I like Kaito. I do too. I think he's a cool character. But honestly, talking about his shoes, there's nothing about his shoes that are worth talking about. Quite literally nothing to talk about.
Listen up.
Probably nothing. But honestly, I think that's where that's honestly where we might end it off. Again, these streams might not be that long because talking about the characters, either one, they don't stay that long, right? They die like in the first 2 or 3 chapters, or there's really not much to talk about, in my opinion. So,
Come on.
Dumb Fat, Chiaki and Chihiro share a birthday March 14th. I do remember that. That's right. Loafer, sorry spamming. No, you're all good. If you're spamming something that's like really bad or that's really annoying, then that's when I would like tell you to stop. But otherwise, I think honestly that's that's about it. It's kind of a short stream. These are usually short, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go eat my food because I gotta go eat. I have not eaten today, and I'm probably gonna go watch the boys play. So that's gonna be it for this stream. I think the next character that we'll do, I honestly, I say let's just knock out Angie. Angie's not really one of my favorite characters. We'll just do Angie. We'll try to get rid of Angie pretty quickly. And then maybe after that we could do like Miyu or something.
What?
So we'll do that. Again, we're gonna finish all the V3 characters, and then once all the V3 characters are done, that's when we'll do different one. Do 2 in 1 stream. I kind of want to have 1 stream for each character. Kind of like how I did the videos.
You know,
I don't think I'll do 2 in 1 stream. I don't know. Maybe in the future, if we do like Danganronpa 1 and 2, I might do that. But that's gonna be it. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. It was a lot of fun talking about Kaito. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We'll again try to do some more streams like this, talking about characters like every other week and whatnot. But I will see you guys later. Have a good rest of your guys' day, and see ya.